I'm Chris Morris, I'm the manager for the SEND programme. So we've been working with different organisations and people with disabilities for quite some time to try and increase the number of people with a disability who are in employment. We were well aware that the numbers of people in employment was far less than the numbers of people with disability who wanted to get into employment, and we were trying to better understand why that was. And what became apparent is we didn't have one place to direct people to. There's lots of various different support out there, but it became hard to try and navigate where do I go for information, where do I go for advice and guidance, where do I go to actually find work. So we wanted to pull that all into one place, which hopefully will be helpful for both employers, people seeking employment, as well, and also their families to get more information. So one of the common things that when I've spoken to employers was that they wanted to do more. They wanted to employ more people with disabilities, but they didn't feel they were confident and they would know how to support them or what to do in support. So one of the things that the fears is just the fear of the unknown. I don't know what I'm doing. How would I be able to support an employee with a disability? I think sometimes employees feel maybe demotivated or feel that they can't. They think of work and they think we're talking about 37 hours a week, 5 days a week, and maybe the disability means that that isn't a realistic target, but it doesn't mean that no work is the other option. There's plenty of ways that people can get into work. Another fear is how will it affect my benefits? That's both a fear for the person themselves, but also potentially for their carers, their parents, and the family, just trying to understand actually is this going to affect us negatively financially. So we have a section on there that kind of does a bit of myth busting to get rid of those fears. Our hopes for the page and general hopes in Bedford Borough is that anyone that wants to work, who is able to work, has no barriers to be able to get into work. So we want them to be supported, we want them to feel confident in knowing where to go and how to overcome any barriers, and that's both perceived or real or perceived barriers. Our hopes is that we increase the numbers of employers who actually then feel confident, who realise the benefits to them as an organisation of diversifying their workforce, of employing more people with disabilities, realising the unbelievable role and work and effort and morale that gets increased by diversifying your workforce. And similarly, we want to make sure that people with disabilities aren't limiting themselves. They aren't sitting at home thinking work isn't something for me. But what we want to do is make sure that everyone can work, everyone can earn their own money if they need to, everyone is fully aware of what support is available. So ultimately, we have a much stronger, diverse workforce and less people sitting at home wishing they were at work, but feeling that it wasn't something for them.